purnamadah purnasya purnamadah purnamidam Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So, I'm sorry that we couldn't have an extended program. It was a 2.5 day of retreat in Marga. Then I need to go to New Zealand. But they opened a Satsang center 4 years ago and I haven't been once. I haven't even seen it. So, this program. Swami said, beautiful city of Sydney and so on. Well, when we hear Sydney, I remember when I was very young, there was a movie called Sydney Potter acting called To Serve with Love. So I hope we all love each other. So I just started with an ancient mantra. I don't know how old it is. At a conservative estimate, 2000 years old maybe. Poornamada, purnamidam, purnamidam, purnasya, purnamadah, purnamidam. This is the mantra. Many of you would have chanted it, heard it. Unfortunately, Sanskrit is at a premium. You probably may not have looked at it and found what it means. Maybe you will. Well, I'm going to explain this to you. I think it's a good start for the future. I mean, when we have a retreat or something like that later on. Now, when you listen to this mantra, there was one word which kept occurring repeatedly. Purna. Poornamada, purnamidam, purnamidam, purnasya purnamadah, purnamidam, so purna. The word purna, well, if you translate into English, different ways of saying this, could be fullness, F-U-L-N-E-S-S, completeness, all-pervasiveness, that which is complete in opposition to that which is incomplete, and so on, different words. Now the Upanishad, which is the treasure house of Vedic wisdom, said many years ago, 1,000, 2,000 years ago, Poornamada. That is Purna, that is complete, that meaning what? Is it a cryptic message or something we can understand? Purnamada here, by what the Upanishad means by it is that source from which this entire universe has proceeded from, and into which it will finally resolve itself. You know that all life, I'm here today and I'm gone tomorrow. Another way of saying it, I came here now and I'm resolved back to the soul tomorrow. Is that the way of putting it? It's not only the human being or the individual creature we're talking about, everything in this world itself is here today and gone tomorrow. What are the pralayas described when the whole world ends? What is not happening tomorrow day after? 4 years ago there was a rumor that on the 12th of February the world is going to end. Lots of people believed it. And many people started asking me, shall we come to Madnapalli and stay with you? I said, why? Madnapalli is also part of the world. If the world goes, Madnapalli also goes there. Anyway, beside the point. But, so, everything is here and then it's gone. And there is a source for it. The Upanishad says the source is by itself complete and full. From there this whole universe has come. But this universe which has come from it doesn't look complete. We would say, when the Upanishad declares next, Poornamidam, this is complete. We would say that may be complete, I don't know. And I have nothing to do with that. Because I don't know the source, maybe it's complete. Purnamidam, you say this is complete, this is not complete. It's incomplete. Everything is incomplete. You think that people will work hard if everything is complete and full? No? It's the incompleteness that we are trying to fill by working, making money, so many ways by which to, because the Rishi said, inside our mind, deep down, there is some kind of a remembrance that we are complete and full. It is this mind, puny little mind, trying to work towards it, thinking that it can be attained by gathering things. Get what we are trying to say? So this is the meaning of purnamidam. But we don't know. We say it is apurna, it's not complete. The Upanishad said, actually this is also complete. Okay, let's go to that. I have one car. Okay. I think I will feel a little more complete if I have another. I have some money in the bank. I say I have some money. But I say it's not enough. Maybe I need a little more. The mind naturally works this way. I have one wife. I won't go into that. When I was young, I was alone. I thought I was happy. And then I'm talking not only about myself. And then I thought, not enough. If I have one more person to share my happiness, it will be nice. But it became two. In the case of, I want to tell you this little funny story about a friend of mine who is about becoming two. This is adding and becoming two, this is separating and becoming two. In high school, we were asked to write an essay on the amoeba. What our little children also know in school is single cellular organism. So my friend was he's a good fellow, very strange. He's the one who, when asked to define a transformer, said there are huge things that stand in paddy fields and make a humming noise. So he wrote on the amoeba. He said, once upon a time, there's a science essay, okay. Once upon a time, there was one amoeba. And it was alone. And then it decided it needed company. So it separated into two by fission, put in brackets. Then both of them lived happily ever after. Let's say on that. Anyway. So this tendency to add more comes from the fact that we feel that we are not complete. We need to add more and more. I, in my life, meet all kinds of people. There are billionaires, millionaires, people who are nothing. They all come. Nobody is satisfied. Billionaire wants to become a multi-billionaire. This little guy who doesn't have wants to become whatever, I don't know what. It goes on. Upanishad says, this is precisely because deep down in our past memories, forget about this life. Maybe there are more lives. Have we thought about that? Deep down in our memories, there is this understanding that we are complete, full. And all that we do is to bring this about, thinking that it can be done externally. Now the next two verses, purnamidam, from that completeness has come this completeness. Purnasya purnamadah. When this has been removed from that, purnamidam, it still remains complete. That means something which cannot be diminished through multiplying. Something which, when something comes out of it, still remains the same. The nearest physical law in this is a constant factor in energy and mass. Einstein hit the nail physically, physics, when he said energy can neither be created nor destroyed, remains the same. Purnameva vasishyate, whatever happens, it remains the same. Purna. So, what does the Upanishad mean? Simply means, not easy to grasp. What it means is, this desire to fulfill ourselves through various means is actually an innate desire to find the Purna, the completeness from which we have come. To go back to that completeness. And it doesn't happen if you gather anything. I'm not saying it is modern world, you need I understand all that. But somewhere deep down one should understand that this is not going to make us complete. From childhood we are taught, gather, and happy. I don't know if this is true. Gather. The Upanishad, on the other hand, the Ishavasya Upanishad, one of the ancient Upanishads, says, Tena tena bhunjita, let go and rejoice. We have been taught from childhood, hold on and rejoice. Here is the Upanishad, let go and rejoice. Now please understand this fact. To let go and rejoice does not mean that you should give up everything and go. It's not possible to give up. It's always there. Today you cannot run away anywhere. Wherever you go, something or somebody will catch you. No escape. But I tell you, in Melbourne, when we were having the Satsang, about this good friend of mine from my state in the south of India, where I was born in Kerala. He, when I was a brahmachari living in the Shivananda ashram there for some time, we used to meet in the evening near the Ganga. So that was a place where some people couldn't smoke inside the ashram. I didn't. So there was this young man, almost my age, one day was so disgusted. He said, I'm fed up of this place. I said, why? Yeah, morning all the temple music, then this, okay. And tourists coming. Those days there were not so many tourists on this thing. Okay, so I said, so what are you going to do? He said, I'm going to Lakshmi Jula, where I have identified a cave. I'm going to go there and stay. He said, what about your food? He said, yeah, food. So once in a while I'll come down and eat and go off from some ashram. He went off. 3-4 days he was not there. 5th day in the evening when I went, he was already there. He said, what happened? He was very upset. He said, I went to the cave in Lakshmi Jula. I meditated for a long time. Okay. Then one day I heard some sound and I opened my eyes. I thought finally Deva has come, an extraterrestrial. He had a mask, he had something come out of him like a Ganapati's trunk. and so on. So he bowed down and fell at his feet. And he said, "What are you doing?" "I'm from the municipality. I've come to spray for mosquitoes." So, and even if you go to a cave, you can't leave your money behind there. You have to take care of it. Suppose I stay in a cave for 10 years. Right? I meditate regularly. This is not my school. Babaji, my guru, always used to ask me, 10 years you're in a cave, meditating 10 hours a day. Okay? At the end of it, you say, now I'm free of anger, I'm free of jealousy. So, who are you? Are you angry with the cave? Are you free of anger against the cave? What are you jealous of? The bare walls of the cave? When you come out of the cave and get into a bus, when somebody kicks you on your feet, especially with the stiletto heel, then you know where you stand. Am I free of anger? Am I free of jealousy? No. So that's not an escape. So how do we go about this? How can we find that which is in us, which is complete, even though we find we are incomplete? Now, the other question. Every one of us lives for happiness. Everybody. Nobody. Okay. Let me tell you another story. It's like Srimad Bhagavatam, those stories you can understand more than reading the Brahma Sutras. There was a ruler of a distant state in the Punjab who felt that his kingdom was very small and he wanted to increase the borders of the kingdom. Those days, if you needed to do that, you needed to get permission from the Mughal emperor who sat in Delhi. It was the last Mughal emperor, Bahadur Shah Zafar, who was half a poet and half a Sufi. I think 1/4 of the king. Anyway, he came to him and said, "I need your help to expand my kingdom. I need arms, I need a small army and a commander for the army and permission to expand my kingdom." So the king said to him, the emperor said, "Okay, before you do that, please go look out of the window." So you're sitting in the red fort. So from the red window, he looked down. There was a guy sitting under a tree who looked like a madman, a fakir, with a begging bowl kept near him. But he was laughing, looking up at this guy and enjoying. There was nobody in particular. He was just happy, in ecstasy. So he came back and said, "This is what I saw." Yes. He said, "Now look at the emperor of Delhi's face. How does it look?" That? He said, "Yes." Okay. So now you go back, think about this and come back. Then I will help you, of course, but you go and come back. So he went and he never came back. Many years later, since he did also go back to his kingdom, the then ruler of the kingdom decided to go, who was his brother, younger brother, because how long can you wait? So he took over. He was going on a pilgrimage to Badrinath, Kedarnath, Chaitam. So he came to Rishikesh. So somebody told him, "Look, you're going on a dangerous journey. Now it's not so bad with those guests. Take blessings from some great saint and go, because who knows what's in our way." So he said, "Okay." So he went to the cave. Somebody said that in the cave there is a great yogi, go there. So he went there. And he saw a tall, matted haired little man sitting with his eyes closed. Long time he opened his eyes, he looked, sharp, penetrating eyes. And this man said, Maharaj, sadhus are also addressed as Maharaj, not only the picture and here in India. Sadhus were also called Maharaj, king, emperor. So he said, Maharaj, going on a long pilgrimage, please bless us. So the yogi opened and yogi said, Tathastu, so be it. Then he heard the voice of the yogi. He said, oh my God, this is my brother. And the brother will vanish. So he said, brother, come back. You're the king. Come back. I'm running the show because you're not there. Please come back. Folded hands. He said, when you came, what did you call me? He said, I called you Maharaj. Call me. So now I'm the Maharaja of the universe. What will I do with this little kingdom of Yasuko? What had this man done? What had he attained by which he didn't even care for a kingdom? And that he was happy and contented and tranquil. He had understood this fact that in our true states, when the mind is absolutely quiet and tranquil, when you turn within, you see the completeness in us. It's not something outside. What is outside is also what is inside. Somewhere the Upanishad says, Tad Dure, Tad Vadanti, it's so far and it's so near. This is our inner self. Inner essence, the spark that is in us, this is Purna. Everything else. And believe me, when the body dies, it doesn't. It comes back if it is stuck to some desire, otherwise it's free. This is the Purna. Now, you know that in Banaras there was a weaver saint who spent his life weaving cloth. Kabir does. He said something very interesting about the musk deer. Have you heard of the musk deer? I don't know if you know the source of musk. Kasturi it's called. Musk deer is a deer that lives in the Himalayas. And in a certain season, under its belly button, there's a little gland where musk is produced, kasturi is produced. And there's a fragrance in the air. Have you ever smelled musk? Many perfumes have musk. When this fragrance wraps in the air, this poor deer, both D-E-A-R and D-E-E-R, this poor deer, not knowing the source from which this fragrance is coming forth, goes looking all along the forest, poking its snout into thorny bushes till it bleeds, not knowing that it's right here. So said Kabir, turn around and look. It's within you. This is what is called the Nivritti Marga in the Upanishad, as against the Pravritti Marga. Pravritti is working outside. Nivritti is telling in word. So all the spiritual disciplines that have come to us, including Kriya Yoga, study of the Upanishads, all the yogas which is including bhakti, Jnana Yoga, search for the Supreme through the Upanishad, practice of Kriya Yoga, everything, all the disciplines are meant to take us inward to the essence of our being, which when the mind is tranquil and quiet, is in full blissfulness. Defining this, the Upanishad calls the Supreme Reality Sat-chit-Ananda. You see, Sat-chit-Ananda means Sat-chit-Ananda. Which means Sat meaning that which is real. You would say now, this is all real. So where do I look for reality? Is this real? And after 15 minutes, half an hour, 45 minutes is all gone. You're out in your home. This whole setup is gone. I'm here and after some years you won't find me, I'm gone. But it goes on, the cycle of birth and death. So therefore, that the Upanishad call it asat, that which is not real, which means that which is not permanent, that's what it means. If something is real, it has to be here now and tomorrow and after all the time, but it is not. This is Sat. That is the great prayer in the Upanishad. Asato ma sadgamaya, take me from the unreal to the real. Somebody might interpret a statement from the Brahman to the world, from the unreal to the real. It's opposite. This. Okay, then Chit, Sat-chit-Ananda. Chit means it is conscious. It's a conscious entity. It's not a padartha, which means an unconscious thing. It's a conscious entity. And Ananda. By its own nature, intrinsic nature, it is blissful. It doesn't need anything to become blissful. In fact, when you enjoy anything in this world through your five senses, all you're doing is unleashing a little bit of that happiness from within. But we are so accustomed to say that if I touch this, enjoy this, then I like it, so I enjoy it. Enjoyment is where? There or here? It's here. So the Upanishad says, turn inward and go to the essence of this joy, which is in you. What a positive message. The Vedas declare, Amatasya putra, O children of immortality. So all the message that you have from ancient wisdom is something that makes us better, complete, vast, and makes us come out of the narrow little stuff we are stuck in. And believe me, if you have touched that, you can still function in this world. It's not that people get frightened, oh, then I will become a sannyasi and run away from the world. Not true. Look, there is one Indian scripture which has 18 chapters. Anybody? Right. And here, everywhere else in the Mahabharata and Bhagavad, Krishna has made his roles. Vrindavan is cavorting with the gopis, in the war is fight, he is advising Yudhishthira and others and so on. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna becomes a guru, a teacher, only you. Guru. So Gita starts with Om Brahmatmane Namaha. I go down to that Paramatma who is teaching. And in this 18 chapters, 18 yogas or 18 ways of finding the truth are described. Where was it taught? In a cave? Hidden somewhere? Or on the battlefield of Kurukshetra? On the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So this world is our Kurukshetra. You don't run away. Arjuna is actually trying to run away. Krishna says you have this false sense of respect and things like that. Not that, is your fear to face this world. So move forward, take up your bow, do profit. Live in this world, and I'm convinced that you can live in this world. Of course, I ran away today, you know the story. meditated for some time. I also agree that some periods of solitude are good for growth in the spiritual field. Understood. But then you again have to come back to this word, right? We are saying, if one person has gone away into the Himalayas and understood, that's enough. Others can learn from that. Look, when there is a fire, everyone doesn't have to put their finger in to know that it burns. One guy has burnt his fingers. Right? So, we should understand that this truth, which perhaps was discovered in solitude, is here available to us in the middle of the battlefield of life. So turn in and look for it, and it's for all human beings. This essence of our being, which is called the Atman, the Paramahamsa. When the mind is tranquil and quiet, it reveals itself. The great bhaktas, the devotees found it because they were probably born that way. I don't know if devotion can be cultivated. You can cultivate, but seriously it can't be. It's not something that you put manure and cultivate. It's there in all of us in some way or the other. Our dedication to someone you love to is also part of that manifestation of that devotion. When it is directed towards the divine, then it becomes pure devotion. But not the kind of bhakti that we take off. What do we do normally bhakti? Go to the temple. Okay, good. I also do. But what do you say? Give me a promotion. So deity itself is the highest promotion. I must tell you this story. Sorry, I'm fond of stories. I hope you will not bore. You have heard of Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa? Well, many people have heard of Swami Vivekananda, of course. He was his guru, his teacher. But there was a time in Swami Vivekananda's life, the name of Nath. There was a time when he, even this man, this person, who is now considered to be a modern yogi and so on, was in a bad state of mind. Because suddenly his father died. And there were so many debts to be repaid. He used to wander the whole day to find a job in the hot sun in Calcutta. Nobody gave him a job. He had not taken sannyas then. He was in a bit of a dilemma, not a bit of a dilemma. It was quite serious. He didn't know what to do. And he decided that he will not go and see his master. His teacher, kind of an internal fight with him. I have been with him for so long, this is the result, I am suffering. In fact, he came home, he found there was so little food that his mother said, have a meal. He said, no, I had a meal in my friend's house and see him hungry, drinking water. This state. Many people told Ramakrishna, your disciple has got spoiled. You saw him in places of being reviewed and things like that. And Thakur, Sri Ramakrishna said, next time you say this about him, I will never talk to you. I know him. So anyway, one day he went back to him. And he said, please can you make sure that I have enough to eat and look after my mother? Spiritually, yes, you've given me quite a bit, but Thakur said, you know that I can't fulfill any material desires. Anybody, you or me. My mind doesn't stay there, I'm in a different plane. So do one thing. In the evening there is service to the Holy Mother in the temple, to the deity. Go there, ask her. I think he was crying him out. Go ask her. So he went there. The bells were being rung, the light was being shown, the incense was lit, the arati was going on. Have you seen in that nature, it's a colorful arati going on. And he saw the mother, saw the face, saw the feet. And that's all. He was completely taken up by that. And he stood for an hour looking. And then he came back. So the master said, did you ask? He said, no, I forgot. In that joy, I forgot to ask. Go back again. 3 times he went, and 3 times he could not ask. He was of a different category altogether. He couldn't ask for very little thing. He just stood and enjoyed it and came back. After the 3rd time, the master put his hand on his head and blessed him and said, from now on, all your needs will be looked after. And then you know the story. What happened to him? So on and so forth. So this is the treasure that we seek. This is the essence of our being that we seek. This is the divine that sits in our heart and the antaryami, who sits inside us. Therefore, every living creature and other living creatures, human beings, are walking, talking, moving temples of the divine. If this attitude is developed in you, you will not cause harm to others. You can go and do puja in temple, but the greatest service you can do is to mankind. How will you do the service first? You can't teach Vedanta to an empty stomach. Not my saying, Swami Vivekananda. Somebody asked him, can you go into the villages and teach people well? I said, teach them how to have food, how to get food to eat. You can't preach Vedanta to an empty stomach. So start with understanding that every living being, every human being has this divine spark in them. You may not know it, but it's there. You can find out through various disciplines, first the understanding has to be there. And please understand that when it is touched, everything is touched. Somebody who belonged to a different geographical location said, seek ye first the kingdom of the Lord, and the rest shall be added unto you. So, this is the message I'm going around talking to people because Babaji said, go, talk about it. And it is interesting because first time, after 3.5 years of in my life, I was feeling beautiful and nice. And I said, I will live my life here, I'll never go back. So beautiful. One evening, beautiful evening, he called, go back. I said, where? He said, go back. I said, फिर कीचड़ में फंसना है. In Hindi, do you want me to get stuck in the mud again? He said, what do you say that? Didn't you learn that every human being is a spark of the divine? Go back. I said, well, Babaji, I don't want to go back. It's so nice. But he said something else, one more bombshell which really scared me. He said, many people will come to that. I said, please, I want to be here. I don't want any, but I'm happy here. He said, okay, when you first came to me, after 6 months, I asked you a question. Do you remember? I said, yeah. You asked me between you and me, what do you think about yourself, the relationship? I remember I said, yeah, I said, Babaji, I'm your puppy dog. You give it to me and you're listening to you, that's about it. And what did I say? I said, you said you might be my puppy dog, don't wag your tail too much. I said that? I said, yes, I said that. You said that. Okay, then don't wag your tail too much, go. So then I came out and I've been doing this. Well, some years Babaji had not given me the order to teach. So I kept quiet. I used to go and sit at various lectures and Satsang, try to find a seat where I want to be visible. And then I used to hear people say so many things, I used to wonder to God, what is this? But I can't open my mouth. no permission, no green signal. This went on for many years. Then, after I turned 40, 42, 41, I got a green signal. I won't go into that. So it started, people used to come and sit, one or two people, talk to them, have a satsang. Those were beautiful times. People, 2 or 3 people would come to Madanapalli and sit there under the tree and we used to have a lovely time. Then he had also told me to write my autobiography. I wrote my autobiography reluctantly after many years. And that's it. Then the circus started. No time to sit, no time to discuss. But then that's what they wanted me to do. There must be some meaning to it, some sense to it. That is what I'm doing. But I hope today I have been able to give you some understanding of what the whole thing is about. Yes? Yeah, so now there's no point in going on talking. We have some time, 10, 15 minutes maybe. So if you have, you already raised your hand. I didn't even say it. And I have to clarify that I'm just following the healthy tradition of the Upanishads, which is dialogue. Somewhere very often it happens this way, that it clicks when you know. So please don't ask me how to use ash or drugs and any other serious question. You're the first one today, even before I continue. Thank you. Speak slowly, carefully, distinctly. I'm 73, I'm getting a little deaf.
You just mentioned that you got a green signal from Babaji, and I just wanted to ask how important it is to, how much importance should we give to one's dreams?
This life itself is a dream in a way. Inside that there is another dream. So how much importance should we give to the dream? But what I'm talking about, you apparently, obviously you have read my book about the green signal. That's why you're asking me this question. Most dreams are the products of your subconscious mind and also the experiences of the subtle body that leaves the physical during sleep. Both get mixed up. And this is what is a dream generally. But in this case, this was not an ordinary dream. I'll tell you why. I haven't read it in the book. Now that you asked the question, so many people don't know. That's why sometimes it's good to ask the right question. To the wrong question, I will ignore it. Living with Babaji for many years, Maheshwarnath Babaji, I had developed an understanding. I knew when he was there, even if he was a little far away, because of the peculiar fragrance that used to come from his body. He never used any perfume or matted hair. Anybody would have thought he's dirty. But there was one peculiar smell which somewhat like good devotee, like acid, that always came from him. Always. Even when I've never seen him sleep. Maximum I've seen him lean down sometimes and sit like this. That's all. time or walking or sitting down, or meditating, there was some peculiar fragrance that used to come. Now, why I am convinced that it is not a mere dream, which I had when he told me, why? If you read the book, you know the dream. I don't want to waste time. But when I woke up, that fragrance was in the air for many hours. I was not imagining, of course. It was there for many hours. If I was imagining, only I would have felt the fragrance. Someone who was near me, one of the headmasters of the school where I was there, he said, what is the smell of Vivekananda coming? So it was not a mere dream, you see. So while, yes, you can study the dreams and psychologically, but these cannot be put strictly in the category of a dream. I'm talking about the specific message. And that also, please understand, even after that, I did not consciously make an effort to start a satsang. It just happened. It's very interesting. The Theosophical Society asked me to come and talk about my adventures in the Himalayas. They didn't even ask me for a satsang, because somebody told them that this guy has gone to the Himalayas. One of my classmates. So I went there and I spoke for 1 hour. It went on. I didn't know how to talk. In fact, I was nervous. What I did, I saw somebody, Pradeepji, sitting in front. I said, let me talk to him, forget about the rest. I thought there would be 6 or 7 people there. There were almost 50 people there. Believe me, I was nervous. I talked to him and I explained to him about my trip to. Since I was talking about the Himalayas, Babaji came in automatically. At the end of it, they said, this was a wonderful. Can we have it every Saturday? This is how.
Pranam Guruji. I have a question about how do we look inwardly? So we are just designed to look outside, like we cannot control our mind. Even if we have to do a prayer, we're going to a temple or a puja room, we're just looking outward. So how do we concentrate inwardly?
I disagree with you that we are made to look outside. We are also meant to look inside, both. So now you need to shift from outside to the inside. And this is done only through the practice of the technique of meditation. It helps quite a bit if somebody teaches you and you get a mantra, for instance, from someone, then it immediately turns your mind inward. But the desire to turn inward has to be there. This has to be cultivated. But you said we are built to look outside. No, we are built to look outside, we are also built to look inside. But since most of our lives we live looking outside, we tend to ignore the tendency to look within. Suppose I have a terrible, some kind of a sadness or pain. Even naturally, many times, I may not know how to meditate. I just go and sit down quietly somewhere and close my eyes. What shall I do? What is this? Turning inward. Now, each person has a certain tendency or tendencies. So it is the job of the teacher to find out what tendency would be amenable for you to learn what kind of meditation. Some people like to do yoga, meditation. Everybody is not. There are some people who have innate devotion. For such people, it's futile to say sit down and breathe up and down. Kriya Yoga as pranayama. There are some people who from childhood their minds are looking into the inner reality, like Ramana Maharshi. All of us are not Ramana Maharshi, please understand this. He did not have a teacher, at least we don't know. And at the age of 15, he he saw that he was not the body. No previous training that we know of. So when would he have been trained? Maybe in his past life, perhaps. And since he figured out that he was not the body, he started the inquiry, if I am not the body, who am I? It doesn't come if I simply close my eyes and say, who am I? That's an identity crisis. Psychiatrists might call it an identity crisis. So, he actually saw that he was not the body. So he said, if I am not the body, then who am I? That's where everything inquiry started. Right? So different people go into it in different ways. Let me tell you about a person of the heart. Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Guru of Swami Vivekananda, had his first spiritual experience at the age of 8. He was not practicing sadhana. He was just walking on the paddy field one day with some peanuts, eating some peanuts, so whatever he I said peanut for people to understand, because my God eating, he was eating it. And then he suddenly looked up, and there were dark clouds there. And a flock of white geese flew across the dark clouds. The contrast, something happened to him and he said, oh my God, and fell down in samadhi, in consciousness. Now this is one extreme. Think of Ramana. Think of this. This is a different kind of person, right? He also experienced it in samadhi. What I'm saying that each one of us has a potential for this. Potential sometimes is awakened and made kinetic through various reasons and various circumstances. Perhaps when you are in close contact with someone who has touched it, suddenly the seed sprouts in your heart. This is also possible. So, I know this is food for thought. Think about it. Are you driving home? No, thanks. If you're about to say you're driving home, don't think about it. Go home.
One's understanding of truth is ever distilling. Scriptures are also one's perspective or narration of what one's understanding of truth at that point in their knowledge or awareness was.
Now you have muddled my brain too much.
But in my understanding, one's understanding of truth is always getting better. So when I see scriptures and so it was also somebody's understanding of truth at that point in time.
I don't agree with you.
Okay. So then that question is sort of...
There is an absolute understanding of the truth.
So is there an absolute truth?
Yes. There is, which is beyond all definitions. In the beginning, when you look for it, you go through different stages of what you think is the truth, then it goes on. It's not there. Then you say, no, this cannot be. But finally, when you hit it, you know it, but there is nothing beyond that to go.
But then my journey towards it is never ending, or is it ending?
It ends there. There is no need to go anywhere once you touch that. No. Okay. Now, having said this, suppose the thing that you seek, I'm talking from the Vedantic point of view, This is exactly what Shankara said. Theory of Vedanta, neti, not this, not this. So you see one thing, he says, no, this is not. And you keep going. Finally, you touch a point where there is no more to look. Let me explain again. Suppose truth was there, and I am here, and I am moving towards it, linear. Suppose. What if truth is here, there, and everywhere? Where will I move? That is the end.
Then what happens after that?
That you have to experience. Of course, there is an absolute stillness which is not of this world. There is a bliss that is not dependent on anything whatsoever. And there is this earnest, deep desire to share it with others. That's what it is.
So is that a God state?
It's all.
Is that a God state?
Well, you call it. Not like state. But Richard Dawkins said it's a delusion. God delusions. I'm trying hard to get this man on TV for a chat. Not working.
Guruji, back here. I just wanted to know how much of our lives are free will, how much is predestined, and if sadhana plays an important role in how it affects these two things.
Well, let me tell you that this is the 1001 times that somebody question. Well, it's like this. If there is no need of sadhana if everything is predestined, why do you want to do any sadhana? Some people say even the sadhana is predestined. I have no answer for that. As far as I am concerned, I can only say from my life. But also you shouldn't say that there is no destiny, then all the astrologers will run out of business. So, my understanding is there are certain factors which are not under our control. Understand? You can call them destiny. Simple biological fact. We are the results of 2 million years of genetic evolution. Right? You cannot deny that. Therefore, while each person in some way the same, in some way they are different. And their blueprints could be different. We could call that blueprint destiny. So to do anything in this life, you try, sometimes after long trials you don't succeed, I think that is not your blueprint. You cannot do it. There is one thing which every human being, whatever his destiny or blueprint is, can do, which is find the source of oneself. Find the author of this so-called destiny, which is in yourself. That every human being can do. Right? So, anything that stands in opposition to this can be worked out and removed by the practice of sadhana. All that sadhana does is take away what is not necessary for the original state of being. Look, when a sculptor carves an image of Krishna, for instance, or Devi or whatever, first you get a block of stone, then you have a picture in your mind at least, and then you sit down there and start chipping. Sometimes you might be sitting on top of that. Till the Pranavishta is done, it's still a rock. Keep chipping, chipping, chipping until the shape emerges. The shape was not made by the sculptor. What was not required was chipped away. Similar to that is sadhana. So, yes, sadhana does stand as a wonderful cure against the disease of destiny for spiritual progress.
Namaskar, Gita. Namaskar. This question I wanted to ask my wife, and she always asks me this question. I try to answer it a lot of ways, but I'm unable to give the right answer, and you are the very best person there. So the question is very basic.
Can you show me your wife?
So this is a very basic question. Why God has done this creation?
This question you have to ask God.
You are like a God too. Okay.
I know that there is creation. I know that something has happened. I know that there are some laws. This question is very similar to asking why there is gravity. You don't know. But since gravity is there, we need to follow certain principles to keep ourselves on this earth, right? So, because we don't know the, I'm telling you away, because we don't know the source with our ordinary brain, we cannot find it. We cannot say that it is not there, right? Because there are many things which are there whose source we do not know. Now, when one probably touches that, one gets to know the reason. Even if you know, if you try to explain that reason to somebody who has not touched it, it's not going to click. Not going to. It's like, two children, little children, they're talking to themselves. They said, let's ask dad and mom a question. What is the question? Okay, let's go. The dad, mom, do you really love us? Yes, we do. Do you love us the most? Yes, we love the most. Why don't you invite us for your wedding? You see what I'm trying to say? There are certain factors which this puny little brain cannot comprehend. This is the problem. But that we are here and that we will get out of this mess is known. Maybe when you get out of this mess, you will discover the sources. Not before that. Even scientists have tried hard to discover the source. Okay, now, this question is important, so I'm not moving out. Just a minute. Please sit down, don't worry. This is a story from the Buddha. Buddha said, a man once went to a mango garden to eat mangoes. Some hidden hunter shot an arrow. Okay? Arrow hit him. He fell down. Now the Buddha's question is, but many people ask the Buddha the same question. Sometimes he preferred not to answer it, sometimes he told some story, which shows that it's not easily answerable. He said, the question, Buddha's question is, when he's hit with the arrow and when there is pain, and what is the first step to take? To pull out the arrow and be free of the pain and restore oneself to health, or lying down there with the arrow to find out what is the source, who is the hunter who sent this arrow. By the time you discover there is gangrene, you're dead. Get what I'm saying? So think about these matters a little bit. These are universal questions. Madam? How much time? Okay, one more question.
Thank you for the books, budgets and talks. So my question is, in the Nath tradition, does the consciousness ever stop if it stops, what is the entity that migrates from one life to another? And if it does not stop, what is moksha or nirvana?
Consciousness stops. No.
Okay. And if it does not stop, then what is?
How will it stop? It is always there. Consciousness cannot stop. What is migrating from one birth to another is your subtle body, not the supreme essence of the being. When the supreme essence is formed, there is no need to come, the subtle body to come. When the soul goes, the Gita has a beautiful description. It carries all your tendencies and karma, all your tendencies, like the wind carries the fragrance of flowers. Right? Then it goes to, let's not discuss the process. Then, since more desires are left, it comes back. If somebody has touched the essence of consciousness, no more desires are left in that person. Because the desire happens because I want satisfaction. Suppose one is supremely satisfied, then one doesn't have to come back. Then that essence which is called as Shushma Shakta has no more the tendency to come back. It stays in its blissful state of understanding. Consciousness never goes. Consciousness is the essence of everything. I may be conscious or unconscious of it. That is a different matter. But consciousness per se cannot go anywhere.
If a person has touched that consciousness,
Then that doesn't have to come back. But even then, some people come back. You know why? Because they feel that it's a good idea to share. But such beings, the bodhisattvas, like what the Buddhists call, when they come back, they are not affected by the karma. Carry on with life. But they come because of compassion, because of love. They say, even if one person gets free, it will be nice to take them along. There is no reward. This sacrifice is called the sacrifice of the bodhisattva. So, last question is from the little girl here. She wanted to ask. I don't know what she wanted. Let wait for the microphone, please.
What God did you see?
What?
What God did you see?
What God did I see? I don't know what to say. Let me tell you this. I did not see, but I felt. And since I felt, it need not have a particular form. It can be more a feeling than seeing like this. My eye can see you, right? Yes, I know you are sitting there because my eyes can see you, but can I see my own eyes? I can see in the mirror, that's a reflection. I cannot turn around and see. But I know my eye exists because I can see you. In the same way, there is in all of us an entity which is seeing the world. The very fact that it is seeing the world is a proof that it exists. We cannot look back at it, it's not possible. But when everything becomes quiet and the mind has no contradiction, when the mind has no disturbances, okay, when it is quiet and calm, then only that entity remains which is not affected by anything else. Let me put it. This is what I saw, roughly. Maybe after a year or so we can discuss this matter. How old are you? Or how young are you?
7.
7. Nice. But you even thought about it at 7. Okay. Thank you very much. I'm sorry I can't. Next time. Oh, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you.